In the last video, we looked at reverse letters keep numbers challenge in JS. If you want to check out the video, the link will be in the description below. The challenge was to reverse the letters in a string while keeping the indexes of the non-letters, in this case numbers. Today I want us to look at something I should have touched on that video, which is the join method in JS. Here you can see we use the join method to join all the elements in the array. I want us to look at the logic behind the join method array in this video. I'll start by defining a function called join array. Inside this function, I'll declare an empty string that will be used to store the final join string. The logic here is that I want to concatenate every element of the array to the empty string while I update it. So to automate that process, I'll declare a simple for loop. Inside this for loop, I'll use the concat method to join the elements together. Here, I'll return the now joined string. To test the function, I'll declare an array called messageArray. I'll just paste the elements. Now let's console log the function to test it. Here I forgot to include the separator. As you can see, when I run the function, nothing appears on the console. You can see that line 42 where I log the function, it's empty. Let's check what might be causing this issue. I'll log the string inside the for loop to check its progress in every iteration. As you can see, our string was logged 6 times, and nothing appeared in the console. This can only mean that the string was never updated in the first place. This is one of the problems you'll encounter during programming. Sometimes you'll find out that you may be using the tools wrong even though your approach is correct. Let me go to the documentation. I want to show you guys something about the concat method. After you've navigated to the site, go string methods, you'll see this concat method. Click on it. As you guys can remember, in the previous lessons, we used the concat method for arrays. Now, you might be tempted to apply the array concat method since we want to join array elements, but you need to remember we are dealing with strings, not joining arrays. Even though the concat method might be similar for arrays and strings, they don't work quite the same way. Now, look at how they used to concatenate the two strings. Since our goal is to do the same, we might as well use the same logic they've used here. Sometimes as a programmer, you'll need to follow the documentation as it is to avoid unnecessary bugs, especially when dealing with frameworks such as Express or third-party middlewares like Course. Let's go back to Visual Studio Code. Now that we've seen the logic used to concatenate the two strings, I'll apply it here. I'll declare a variable called string index and set it to the current element in our array. Then concatenate that element to the string, separated by the separator bar that will be passed down as a parameter. Then I'll set the string to the concatenated string. Let me bring back the dev tools to test this out. As you can see, the function works as expected. Even with the separator, the function works well. But notice how the separator separates the first element, which is an empty string, causing this unnecessary junk at the beginning of our string. To solve this, I'll slice the string at the separator length and at the string length and store the outcome in the result variable. Now our function works well. We can even replace the original join.js method in our reverse letters keep numbers function. As you can see, it works in here as well, even though I highly not recommend it unless it's really necessary. In the last video, I spoke about using MBN for documentation. Let's go to MBN. I want to show you guys a cool thing about reading documentation. After you have navigated to the site, go to JavaScript. Here, I'll filter by string. Here you can see all the instance of string.js methods. The one we were looking for is the concat. Click on it. Here you can see it's similar to the other website I've been using in most of my videos. You can even edit the code above and run it. Here, if we scroll down, you'll see that they've demonstrated how to use the concat method with the spread operator, and it's way less code. Let's use this one back in our reverse what function. Here, instead, I'll return an empty string dot concat with our spread operator, then our array. As you can see, it works fine, but in this one, you cannot use the separator. In this function, we don't need a separator, so it'll work just fine. If you try to pass a separator as an argument, you'll see some interesting stuff related to the spread operator, which we'll cover in future videos. Well, that's it for this video. Peace.